This meeting to order, and we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we'll start with the minutes of the last meeting, September 12th, 2016. Everyone's had a chance to take a look at them. Does anybody see anything that we need to change? Okay, well, seeing that, then we will entertain a motion to approve.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we approve the regular board meeting minutes, September 12th. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes.
I had a question regarding the minutes. Do you guys want indicated? Do you want to indicate on here who voted which way on the votes that are not all unanimous?
I don't think that's, what do you guys think? I don't think that's necessary, is it?
It has not been that way in the past.
Right.
No.
Okay, just want to make sure.
All right, then we'll move on to our general fund vouchers, 73,852 through 73,899. Wire transfers 161,70079 through 161,70094. And activity fund vouchers 2508 through 2516. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
A motion to approve?
I will second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to approve the general fund vouchers as listed. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Then we'll move on to our public comment. I didn't see anyone listed. Does anybody have anything they want to share? Okay, then we'll move on to our spotlight on education.
Now I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Millar. Has agreed to come in and share on the character ed. And before she goes, she has done a tremendous job with this and kind of been the lead with the character ed that's going on in the elementary building.
Okay, so I brought with some stuff. This one's for your office.
Thank you.
And then these are I didn't make a ton of copies,
That's
but
okay.
these are the posters that we made up this year reflecting our character traits for this school year that we're focusing on. So I'm not sure how much you want to know about this. I could talk about this probably for, hours, as Chris knows. I love it, so stop me when you've had your full. I think it came about probably, we started it last year. Something that was started before I was here at Clear Lake was the Warrior High Fives. Some of you may be familiar with they're these. They just have some character traits that they look throughout the building, and when the students basically caught being good, they get one of these. At the end of the week, there's a drawing. It's pretty fun. The kids really buy into it. But Chris and I wanted to build on it and make it a little bit more. So last year, we developed a monthly character program. So Mr. Peterson and I sat down and we picked 9 character traits that we would focus on each month. Mr. Peterson would read announcements related to the character trait of the month, and then at the end of the month, the teacher would recognize a student from the room that showed the character trait. So that was last year. This spring, with the surveys and things that were going on for the mission and vision, it was pretty clear that character was a big deal to the staff, the students, and even the community, so it helped us justify taking it a step further. So in the springtime, we sent out a survey about what character traits our staff wanted to focus on, and that's the list that you have in front of you are the top 9 from that list. Some of them are the same from the first year when Chris and I picked them, and some of them are different. And then we got a group of teachers together, and we've been meeting in the spring and then again this fall with those teachers to come up with a variety of things for each month. We put together a list of resources, of books, videos, and just classroom activities to do that are center around the character trait. Mr. Peterson still reads snippets of the character traits each month over the announcements. And next week we'll be having our first character assembly on cooperation on Friday to celebrate and pass out to recognize students that showed cooperation. So That's it in a nutshell. That's about as concise as I can get. Are there any questions about it?
No.
I think, yeah, just the evolution of it, like Jess said, it started out with the Warrior High Five was basically a Caught Being Good program, and that's continued to be very popular. And yeah, we do draw a few kids' names at the end of the week, with the point being every student who earns one of those, they get to come down, they get to put it in the box, they get a high five from somebody in the office, and then those go home to their parents, and that's what really makes the kids beam with pride, is when they get to get one of those things and bring it down. It's for something as simple as, hey, we got caught, picking up the paper towels on the floor, or holding the door open for somebody, or helping somebody who dropped their books. Just simple things like that, acts of kindness, and showing the traits that we want them to. And there's a lot of good research base behind a lot of what we're trying to do. With one of the traits you'll find on there is typically, like last year, we have empathy, and people talk about bullying and anti-bullying programs. There's no such thing as an anti-bullying program. That there's a pro-character programs. You teach kids proper character traits to exemplify, and you teach the whole student body that. You don't punish bullies. You teach kids how to have upstanding character, and there's a lot of research behind the fact that you teach kids about empathy, that is the number one way to prevent bullying behavior. And also, you talk about, ask employers or survey employers, what are you looking for in an employee? They're not going to talk about necessarily academic things. They're going to talk about their dependability. They're going to talk about their character traits, and so I think that's why it resonates a lot when when we see those surveys with the community. That's why it bubbles up to the top there, because I think it's the foundation of everything else that we need to do. So, but yeah, Jess has been just terrific, really bringing a shot in the arm to things, and doing so much of the groundwork, and preparing the materials, and working with the committee, and organizing a lot of their activities. And this year, trying to just take everything to the next level by offering teachers a menu of activities. Now, in last year we encouraged them to do an activity in the classroom. This year it's more of an expectation, and also, hey, by the way, here's some things you can do. It's very simple, and it might take 5 minutes, and it's really been well received by the staff and the students.
One neat thing too is a lot of time with these programs, it's more about teaching the staff to kind of change their way of thinking, and to recognize when things are really going well with kids. And anytime you're in the office, there's a glass box in there, and it's always full with those blue hands that are the Warrior High Fives, which tells you that it's really being implemented well. So it's neat to see.
Thank you very much for what you did.
Thank you, Mrs. Miller.
Anytime. Happy to do it.
Nice, that's a good one there. All right, then we'll move on to our new business, approval of the winter coaching roster.
So this one I'd like to table. Mr. Rosine shared with me this morning that there are 2 individuals that are kind of teetering as far as approvals for the winter season for coaching. So I just thought we could hold off a little bit until he gets some more information from those 2 individuals.
Okay.
So it'll be put back on the agenda at a later time.
Okay. And then we will move on to the discussion of our board retreat.
I forgot his last name. Oh, Levitt. Guy Levitt has, I met with him at the WASDA conference. So I went over to the WASB Center, which I didn't know even existed, and had a meeting with him and sat down. It was nice to officially meet him. He's working on putting together a packet for you guys, and really just wants to kind of identify a time that you guys want to meet in a location. I think the date we already have is October
13th.
What was it?
13th?
13th.
A Thursday.
Yep.
Should we
It
just
goes
do?
from when to when? What time?
That's what we have to decide.
Is it
He
going to
had
be?
said,
This is, did I remember that this is kind of like a daytime thing that we're looking at, or is evening possible, or late afternoon, or anything? Wide
He's
open?
open to,
Wide open.
yeah, pretty much anything. So it'd be about a 2 to 3 hour length.
Okay.
So if we did do it like in the boardroom, it'd probably be,
Does that have to be open to the public?
would it be open to the public? No.
Closed session?
It's just
Not
it's
closed
not even
session.
it's just a retreat, just a meeting.
It's a non-agenda, no agenda items.
So, would we want to do about the same time as our regular board meetings, or would we want to kick it back a little bit, or could we kick it back, or?
It's on a Thursday, right?
If we could do it a bit earlier, that'd be nice rather than being here till 9:30 or so.
Can everybody come a little bit earlier?
Yeah, I can make sure I'm here.
I don't work that day, so that's fine.
Oh.
What time can you get here?
We actually
Me
hired
too.
a couple people, so I think I can get out an hour or two early. So you want to shoot for 4, 3, 4?
Pete, what does
4
that
or
do for
5?
your work schedule, Dave?
I could-
6?
Well, I could do 4:35 start. I mean, without too much shifting. But if we need to go early, I could leave a bit earlier. So
You said 5 would work for you
5?
then?
Yeah, 5 will work.
So let's shoot it for 5, and
So it'd be like a 5 to 7 or a 5 to 8, depending.
should we all bring some food or order in some food, or?
I think we could get food here, so I can take care of that.
Good. And I think the email spelled out a lot of the subject matter that he was gonna. That was quite a list of things that we're gonna go over. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of good stuff on there.
And I don't know if all of that's going to be touched on, but it's kind of like, kind of all the info that was tossed around and that we gave him. And
Okay.
Okay.
he emailed me this afternoon and said he'd be sending out a PowerPoint in the near future. So hopefully I'll be getting that and I can send it your guys' way.
Very good.
10:35. All right.
All right. So then we'll move on to our superintendent notes.
So for me, I just had fun athletic events last 2 weeks. Just a couple of them. The reason I'm sounding like I am is the Frederick game with the pouring rain. But it was a big win at home. And then the volleyball also has been a lot of fun to watch. The girls are very impressive. And I think it was the last one, Rice Lake, Mr. Gillis. Was it the last home one?
Shell Lake.
Shell Lake, one of the lakes. So Shell Lake.
Keep her all straight.
Yeah, I'm just learning them. So, other than that, it's been some budget stuff and working with Lori, and we have a new special ed director, so we're doing some special ed stuff as well. So it's been going really well.
Good. Thanks, Josh.
Yep.
Okay, then we'll move on to our future agenda items section of the meeting. Does anybody have anything that they'd want to put on their docket to visit about?
It might be kind of quiet till for a retreat. Their retreat might trigger a whole bunch of stuff as we
Right.
pile a lot into that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the retreat. You always feel so emboldened afterwards. Okay, well, then, if we don't have any future agenda items to put on at this time, then we'll move on to our contemplated closed sessions section of the meeting. So with that, I'll thank you guys all for coming in. And then we'll start our closed session. In accordance with WSS 19.851, paragraph C, considering employment compensation or performance data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, and WSS 19.851, paragraph F, considering financial, medical, social, or personal histories or disciplinary data of specific persons, preliminary consideration of specific personnel problems, or the investigation of charges against specific persons, except where paragraph B applies, which, if discussed in public, would be likely to have a substantial adverse effect upon the reputation of any person referred to in such histories or data, or involved in such problems or investigations. Tonight we're going to visit about employment compensation and performance of an employee. and reputation of an employee.
Would you guys like Mr. Sargent to stick around? He was available and said he could stick around if you wanted to. If we want to do item B first.
Yeah. So then I'm going to pull
Come on
the
up, Jason.
board. Nettie,
Yes.
Brent,
Yes.
myself, yes. Pete,
Yep.
David.
Yes.
All right, we are in closed session. We'll return to open session. I'll entertain a motion
To hire Dylan?
to hire Dylan Fuller to move Dylan Kurtz to support staff pay level.
I'll make a motion that we hire him to full-time.
Second.
Been properly moved and seconded that we move Dylan Kurtz to support staff level. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes.
So Dave, you, and who seconded that?
Nettie.
Nay.
And then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will move to adjourn.
Second.
It's been properly moved to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 All opposed? Motion passes. We are adjourned.